Because it's the silly, stupid, fascinating, weird, wonderful. They're my people, and more often than not, they're the geeky people as well.
But this real sense that what you do as you emerge out of Middle Earth in your real life is you hope, because Tolkien's so good at capturing that.
I mentioned Betamax. For anybody older, that's the old version of a video cassette. A video cassette is an old version of a DVD. A DVD is not set with the cloud.
And I said, oh, I'm not happy. No, I've got bits wrong here. And she said, yeah, but that's all part of the learning process. That's all part of that makes it unique to you. That those kind of imperfections within it.
Hello. We're waving for those on the podcast. Welcome to Faith and Geekery. We are the laundry basket of geekiness and a tumbly, tangled mess of all the things that might be a little bit nerdy, a little bit hobby-y. If you identify in any of those areas, you are very welcome, because that is what we are all about. We also dabble in spiritual practice, things that make us feel whole, healthy and flourishy. I don't know why I'm just adding Y's onto the end of it, but welcome. Pull up your ironing, because today's topic is mundane geekiness. I am Becca, one of your hosts, and this is
that way. Go the other way. No,
want me to go
completely
down?
Go down.
Oh, weird.
That way. Yeah, that's where I am on my screen.
On my screen, you're the other way. I was right for the first time.
Do this, and then
right,
it could be.
Who are you, woman?
I am Jen. I also host. And I'm doing the Macarena. And this is...
Hi, I am Lindsay, and I'm not really good at the Macarena, so I won't even try.
Hey, do you know what? I know that's not true. I've seen you do it. I know that you're excellent at it, actually.
So now we've already set the tone. If the Macarena has been your thing, do tell us about it. Do comment in the chats. But what geeky thing have you been up to since we last gathered? Lindsay, I'm going to go to Jenny first, so you've got some time to think about it. Jen, tell us your geekiness.
Yeah, no pressure. Well, okay, so number one, I've got three things. Number one, I'm wearing a Pedro Pascal t-shirt. So that is, I can die happy now, essentially. Look how gorgeous he is.
It's your first one. It's not your first one. How many do you have now?
This is my second, but this is the first just purely dedicated
front-facing,
if you will, and I will. And the second thing is I got a tattoo this week, which it's not quite ready for public viewing yet, but as soon as it's healed and ready, it is possibly the most geeky tattoo that I have, which is saying something, because most of it's peak geekiness. And then thirdly, because it is now autumn, officially, I've declared it so, that means that I get to be super cozy with candles and blankets, and I get to bring out my autumn themed bag, which is this one, which if there's any Disney fans out there, knows that this is a Disney Firefly bag based on the skeleton dance, and then these little guys move. Isn't that adorable? And glow in the dark.
I'm going to do an audio description of this. Jenny is holding up a bag with 4 3D skeletons on the front of it, whose legs wiggle as she plays with them.
Glow in the dark.
And it's glow in the dark, which we cannot see, but we are told by Jenny.
You trust me, that is it's my favourite. What about you, Becca? What geekiness have you been up to?
I can't remember the TV show. What am I listening to? I just started listening. My audiobook, I finished listening to We Are Legion, We Are Bob, moved on to for We Are Many in the same series, but then needed a break because, as you know, Ginny, having slept very, very close to me during Greenbelt, I like to have an audiobook on all through the night.
All night
non-stop, and if I don't know the book, when I wake up I will go back to the place that I remember falling asleep. Whereas if you're my neighbour and you do know the book, or you were very invested in the storyline, this might be a little frustrating, shall we say. So in conclusion to this long story, I've gone back to listening to Ender's Game. Is it Orson Scott Card? It was made into a movie a while ago, but it's a really beautiful story about children's innovation and that power being used to make war, and then the moral fallout of that. So it's got some really kind of interesting political conversations, interesting kind of moral implications for that, and what happens then to him happens later in the series.
And exploitation of children in war, a very interesting kind of exploration
and
of that as
also
well.
their deep belief in children being able to think outside the box because they haven't been warped by everything else. And so what that means for war making, but what could that mean for peacemaking? Well, you know, if it was written from the other way around. So that is
good.
what I'm doing. Yeah,
good.
Lindsay, we're coming to you. Are you braced? What geekiness have you been up to?
Well, I'm not quite sure really it's classed as geekiness, but we'll go with it. So yesterday I had the pleasure of starting a little learning group with some children, and I kind of messaged mum of the one boy in particular to say, you know, what can I do to get his attention? And she said anything to do with Transformers. Well, Transformers when I was a kid was the so I have spent sort of 2 days, maybe 3 days reading and swatting up on Transformers, and it took me back quite a few years, unfortunately, but quite a few years. And I felt so good yesterday when I was like able to talk to this boy about Transformers as if I knew everything about it. I think he was quite impressive, actually. So that was one. And I suppose the other thing is really I love exercise, and I love wearing black leggings, and I've bought 2 pairs of vintage, and I've probably got about 200. No, not quite that many, but I've got quite a few now, and I can tell the difference, but nobody else. They think all the same. They're very much not. I mean, you know, some of them are slightly older, younger, longer.
Mine have tears in slightly
that kind of thing.
Places.
I know.
You have very specific tears based on where.
Tears, and I can tell you exactly the story of how the tear got to be there.
I want to hear all the stories. Do you feel like if you did like a blind, I was going to say taste test, then no, I don't mean that. I mean like a field test somehow that was blind.
Hasn't got to that stage yet.
Would you be able to tell between different brands of sportswear?
Well,
do you know what I mean? Like, could you tell like what's the lemon one?
I mean, I do like the lemon one. Oh, well, I do like me on full night. But if we were talking about taste test, I always said, remember you bet. I think it's come out very where everybody else is hosting it, and they had like 40 different brands of something. Well, if I had ketchup in front of me, 40 different, I will tell you each and every one of those. So I think that probably is that supersedes.
We need to have that.
But yeah,
as a
I feel like
challenge.
That's something I need to see. I feel like that is something.
It's like that Hot Wings
podcast
that you have a taste test podcast.
Yes, Lydia, we could do like a Hot Wings challenge, but it's ketchup.
I'll share Lydia's. I forgot how to do it then. Lydia says, I shared my geekiness with church this week as I invited Dumble Farm to speak at my church's harvest supper. Lots of people now are excited about conservation grazing.
Amazing. Well done, Lydia. That sounds brilliant. I don't know what conservation grazing is, but I feel like I ought to.
It's a bit of regenerative farming, Jenny, where you're
Okay,
careful about where you graze your. Speaking of, I order my meat at great expense, and this is a huge kind of sacrifice in the grocery budget. I'm a married to American, we say grocery. But the bonus of getting the meat delivered from these free range farms where you can guarantee they've had a happy life is that they come bundled in some quilted wool from the farm. And so I had boxes and boxes of this in the shed that I'm going to use to suppress my weeds. And I got the last one out and I was like, this has got a rat's nest in it. I could feel the weight of it. And so I put it out on the thing, not rats, hedgehog. It was the local neighbourhood hedgehog. And everyone's been worried about him, about where he's gone. But there he was. He had nestled down for the winter time into a little ball of wool in my shed.
I was going to say, a very eco nest as well, like a really eco-friendly nest.
So many happy animals happened as a result of my very expensive meat order.
That's a lot of happiness. Right. So it's worth it, you see. It's worth spending the money for the good meat.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. I should have put brace for a tangent up.
You should.
Completely forgot. Okay.
Got to hedgehogs.
So tick off what geeky things have we been up to. Shall we move on to geeky news? Are you ready for this, Jenny? This is you. I'm gonna play the intro.
So ready for this.
Jenny's so ready. I'm ready.
I am prepped. I'm good.
Let's go.
This is the Faith and Geekery news, broadcast to your home and around the world.
So this is a little bit of an insight into what normally happens behind the scenes, because normally this isn't us prepping this. So
no,
this is
backup team.
This
Our
is us prepping it this week. So here we have the geeky news. And on the next slide, we will see that very sad news, I think today, is that Dickie Bird has passed away, who was a cricket umpire.
Yes. Yeah.
And this is something that has been shared on our community, but I'm not 100% sure who shared it. Probably a cricket fan. And I think he was an umpire for many years. I'm very sorry to everybody who knows who this person is and probably has some good stories about him. So, sad
You're
news.
The
but
best news presenter I've ever heard.
It's going really well. It's going really well.
If anyone's ever heard of this man, fill in the gaps.
Fill in the gaps with your own funny stories. Share them on the Discord.
Jenny does a killer eulogy. And of course, you all know.
This is such a little insight into my day-to-day experience as well. That's generally how I do. This is the release of The Mandalorian and Grogu updated poster, but also the release of the trailer, which happened today. It's coming May 22. I don't think that's quite correct. May 26? I've got no idea. Absolutely no idea. I do know that the trailer was released today, though. I've yet to see it. So maybe next week I'll be able to tell you more about it. I am obviously very excited. I'm very excited for this film because it's got my future husband in it. But it also has my future wife as Sigourney Weaver. And bonus point is that I went as Sigourney Weaver to Comic-Con. She was who I cosplayed as. Anybody know the film? Put it in the Discord that I cosplayed as Sigourney Weaver from. And if you know the scene, even better.
I am loving that poster. That's got real old school vibes, hasn't it? Only in theatres.
Very old school.
Really kind of 1960s science fiction.
It's got full on old school, actually. Yeah, exactly. It looks like early days science fiction monster from the Black Lagoon vibe. It's in colour though. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Because of the font.
Wait, weren't the posters in colour? When they did those, they didn't do black and white posters for black and white movies.
When it was monsters, like right all the way back then, maybe the posters that would make sense that they were in colour. Yeah, that's true. But how unfair is that the posters were in colour, but then the film was in black and white?
Total oversell. I don't even know if that's true. Okay, next one.
This is the best news segment that we've ever had.
Best thing. Let's not let the boys back.
We're doing so well.
About these two lovely, colourful, beautiful groups of people.
We're going to steal their jobs. So this on the top bit is the British Bake Off, the Great British Bake Off contestants for this year, which is coming up soon. That's starting soon. I'm saying the Great British Bake Off because I only recently found out that there are bake-offs all around the world, and there are preferences for others that apart from the British Bake Off. So, you know, I know. There you go. I presume it's still presented by the same people. That hasn't changed, but these are the contestants for this year, and these are the contestants for this year's Strictly Come Dancing. This is going so well. And they have very recently found out who their partners are going to be. And that's that. That is
we don't know about that. But we don't know. That's all we know. And so that's what we're going to tell you.
So there we go. Yeah, so any Strictly fans looking forward to the start of Strictly? I think there are a few Strictly fans in the community, and also any Bake Off fans.
Marvellous.
Looking forward to
Big Brother's also back, which I don't know what have I been watching that tells me Big Brother's coming back, but that sounds like it's got a few twists. I have not watched it for a few years, but I've been watching something clearly with adverts. So now that's where I get my news from, depressingly.
Yes. Oh, as in like you've been watching something else with adverts that had the trailer. Did Big Brother go away? I thought it was still...
I don't know. We would make terrible journalists, I feel.
We should submit this as a reel to like Channel 4 News, see if we get a job.
Things you should do on Channel 4. And you've been listening to the news.
You've been listening to us do the news.
Remarkable live podcasting. Shall we go swiftly into the quiz and hope
swiftly?
I mean, let's reassure our dear listeners / watchers, this is fully scripted. So we do actually have, you'll be pleased to know, the answers to the quiz that we're about to deliver.
I got questions. The quiz.
The questions for the quiz will be fully formed and well thought out.
I am at the top. The instruction says in capital letters and in bold that the answers are in bold. So I will try not to accidentally read out the questions as I say it. But having scanned the first one, I don't think I can pronounce one of the names. Okay, question number 1. Do you have a pen and paper ready, ladies?
Yes.
Fabulous.
I've got. It is my phone. It is the notes app on my phone. I use my phone.
That's what I mean.
I'm not cheating.
No,
I'm not Googling.
No,
just so you all know.
Thank you so much.
That would be silly.
On this day, the 23rd of September, that's today. That's part of the news. In 1926, Andrei Casagne. Oh dear, Casagne.
Nailed it.
Anyway, was a renowned toy maker. I'm sure he was a renowned toy maker on other days anyway, but what? Oh, hang on. Wait a second. He was born. he was born on this day.
Okay.
Okay, the question is, what was their most famous toy? So the renowned toy maker, Andrei made famous toys. What was his famous toy? I'm going to give you an option of 4 things and you choose the right one. A, was it the hula hoop? B, Etch-a-Sketch? C, Crayola? Or D, Frisbee?
Ooh.
Would you like them again? Hula hoop,
no.
Etch-a-Sketch, Crayola, or Frisbee? Question number 2. When was the first fitted sheet invented? A, 1934. B, 1948. C, 1957, or D, 1963? If you know the inventor, you shall get a bonus point.
That was my question. That was the question I brought
Yes,
to the table.
I don't have the answer in bold, so I can be surprised when Jenny tells us. Our new feature, superhero elsewhere question. Daredevil and Superman. Hang on, let me brace this. You have to guess what film it is based on superheroes who appear in other films. Not that they're real superheroes, but the actors who play the original superheroes appearing together in other films. Okay, so Daredevil and Superman compete for the actions of a woman. Daredevil tries to bring a gift, but is waylaid by Catwoman and Sinestro. All the while, Magneto narrates the story.
Oh. All the while Magneto narrates the story.
Yeah.
Can you read it again, please, Becca?
So Daredevil and Superman compete for the affections of a woman. Daredevil tries to bring a gift, but is waylaid by Catwoman and Sinestro. All the while, Magneto narrates the story. It's a brilliant one. You'll know it straight away.
Oh.
You get
Can I
extra
just
points
check
if you can name the actors.
So it's
You're
the name
naming
of the
film that all of those different actors appear together. And if
who
you
have
can
played
name
those
the name of
superheroes
the
in other films. Yeah.
So they played superheroes, but in this film they are not superheroes, but they're all mixed together. Oh, it's such a jumble. I hadn't even thought this was a thingy, but it is. Okay. Question number 4. As Jenny has already told us in the very reliable news this week, Strictly Come Dancing returns this weekend for its 23rd season. Which professional dancer, fortunately Jenny's not revealed the answers to you, that because she did it on purpose, which professional dancer has appeared in the most season? Is it A, Brendan Cole, B, Anton de Beck, C, Karen Hauer, or D, Oti Mabuse? Or Oti Mabuse. I'm so sorry, I've ruined everyone's names in that. Bonus points if anyone mentions it. I'm not going to read that bit out. Okay. Question number 5. This is mixing 2 areas of geekery today. How many pounds of laundry does Disney World do each day? How many pounds of laundry does Disney do each day? Is it A, 115,000, B, 240,000, C, 285,000, or D, 352,000?
Oh, that is such a good question.
It's a lot of fitted sheets to be folding up, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to give us the answers. Are you ready?
Not really.
We work on the honesty system here. You mark your own answers. Question number 1. Any ideas? Do you want to declare your answer beforehand?
Well, I said Crayola.
Renowned toy maker, their famous toy was in fact B, Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh, well done, Lindsay.
Yes.
Good job.
Jenny, you're going to tell us the answer.
The only one
when was the first fitted sheet invented?
It was fitted. It was fitted in.
It was
classic.
fitted.
It was invented and made in 1957, and the inventor was Bertha Berman. Yes.
Oh, well done, Bertha.
Apparently it was even more frustrating than the ones we have nowadays, which were later developed in the 1990s by Giselle Jubenville. But the original inventor was Bertha Berman in 1957. Yes.
That is a solid name, isn't it? Bertha
Isn't that
Berman.
a good name?
Yeah.
And nobody remembers her, even though she invented something that probably most people use
Bertha,
days.
lovely Bertha. You're such a lovely
Bertha.
machine. Okay, so Heroes Elsewhere. I will read the question again so you can get them in your head. Daredevil and Superman competing for the affections of a woman. Daredevil tries to bring a gift but is waylaid by Catwoman and Sinestro while Magneto narrates the story. The answer is Stardust of the
Stardust. That's
2007
what I put down.
movie.
Only because of Ian McKellen. All the
Yeah.
rest of them, I was like, no, I can't remember. And then I was like,
I
Ian
might have
McKellen,
got Michelle Pfeiffer, you see. And once I got
Michelle Pfeiffer,
Catwoman, one of my favourites.
Yes.
So it's Charlie Cox and Henry Cavill, Michelle Pfeiffer, Mark Strong, and Sir Ian McKellen.
Sir. Very good.
So,
good one. I like that one. I think I'm going to get super obsessed with those questions.
You are. It's going to be like one of those crossword things where you really get into the rhythm of the questions, and then eventually you just know straight away. So Strictly Come Dancing, which professional dancer has appeared in the most seasons?
No idea.
Lindsay, any idea?
Well, I did type Anton de Beck, but it's Taiwan de Beck, so I think that means Anton de Beck. But then I'm now thinking maybe Mabuse.
Don't take it back. No, but there's a reason Ms. Mabuse would be there, because they are the only professional to have won twice and concurrently of all of the professionals. So
that's
there
impressive.
You go. And finally, the most pressing question. How many pounds of laundry does Disney World do each day? They do 285,000 pounds of laundry every single day. Just think the amount of water, the amount of electricity, all those tiny little animals' hands just callous, scrubbing away.
The washing line.
The length of the washing line. Can you imagine? I mean, fortunately, they have all of those birds and mice that help with the laundry.
It's the woodland creatures doing it for them, isn't it?
Creatures with their little calloused hands worn away. There you go. You have been listening to the
I got questions. The quiz.
Okay, and that brings us very, very nicely into our topic of conversation, because since we kind of formed as a larger team, we started to articulate what does it mean to be geeky that is fully inclusive. How do we define that? So we've already had Lydia talking about her geekiness and taking that to church, and how that has then transformed her church community, thinking more helpfully and ecologically about how we do farming practices. Brilliant. However, what about when it comes down to not the razzle dazzle of a movie poster, but to the mundane day-to-day tasks of things like laundry? Now, Jenny and Lindsay, you have brought this topic to the ironing table today. Explain yourselves.
What a segue. I love it so much. That's brilliant.
It's like I'm a professional, Jen.
I know, right? It's almost as if. I think there is something wonderfully, hypnotically brilliant about doing something that, kind of you have to do. It's something that you maybe have to do every day, every week. That when you get into it, when it becomes something that can spark your passion or spark your desire to do it in the way that just you want to do it, and it's all lined up in the way that you want it lined up, that actually is a deep, deep blessing. Something that brings that sense of purposefulness and that dopamine rush that's just amazing. And we were chatting about something like this, and Lindsay then said, well, let me show you these pictures, and shared with me the most beautiful pictures of washing I have ever seen in my life. Just absolutely beautiful. So, Lindsay, tell us a little bit about your washing line.
Oh, well, there's lots of things in life that, you can't control, but my washing line, I spend hours, hanging up each item in size order, colour order, going back and looking out through the window, and if it's not quite right, I'll pop back out there and adjust it slightly. I have pegs that match every shade you can think of. It's just wonderful, and I think busy like I'll get up early in the morning, and there we are. There we are. Look, if you look very close at that picture right in front of you now, you can see that we've got a blue, like a turquoisey blue towel, turquoisey blue clips, peg, sorry, a blue towel, blue clips, purple towel, it just goes on and on and on. And it's quite funny that I've got several friends now that will actually buy me pegs for my birthday and for Christmas, or if they see some crazy colour, and I'm like, oh, best gift ever. My husband has also bought me some Lenore in the past, fragrance as a gift too, so it's just wonderful. That's not one of my best pictures, I'm afraid, because there are you've got shorter items and you've got shades that don't quite go in the order. I think I only had half an hour to pick it out. So, but one of the loveliest things is my son, particularly. He's just joined over the summer. I know that he's now part of 3 football teams. So I've got 6 different strips to wash and hang out. Oh, and the muddier he gets, the better. Oh, just can't explain it. It's wonderful.
There's so much. Oh, you say you can't explain it, but I think you explained it. There's so much about this that I absolutely love. I love that it is to do with not just one sense, but all of your senses. So it looks beautiful and it smells beautiful, and like it's a physical thing that you're having to do and then line up. And then as you're like observing it and seeing, like you said, that one's not as good because that the sizes are wrong. And the first time you showed me, I was like, okay. But then I was like, I see what you mean. It's not as pleasing. There is something ridiculously dopamine releasing pleasing about the order of it. And then that sense of, actually,
I like that one, the black and white one. That's very pleasing.
So beautiful. And this is something that is completely and utterly within our control. We've got to do it anyway. Like, this is not, we can't get away with not doing it. So doing it in a way which is pleasant and pleasing and organized to give us that sense of dopamine and that sense of, kind of, just passion and wonderfulness makes it this mindful act, right? We can be like properly mindful and present and rooted and grounded in the moment. And the rest of the world and the rest of our lives can be going on in this chaotic way. But this moment is our moment and we are rooted and grounded. I love it. I love it. I see it and I love it.
Yeah. And I think also sometimes I'll go out there to put it in. Sorry. And I just stand there and sniff it. And it's just like, wonderful.
Oh, and that's a gift that doesn't stop giving, right? Like, if you've got something that's been on the line and you're wearing it, or you're kind of getting into bed between the sheets of it, that's a gift that, like, it's the smell of that sunshine that comes back to you. I love it so much. And a gift to give to your family as well. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I'll come back to Lydia in a second. Tom Osborne, while I don't go as far as ordering the items, I am very particular about the order I use pegs, as they have to be in rainbow order. Thank you, Tom. Lydia says perfection.
Oh, so true, Lydia. And that's the other thing I love about this, the accessories. Anything that can be accessorized. So when you're out and about, B&M bargains, the range, the places that are the best places to go. And then you can go to that section where the accessories are going to be there. You've got your pegs, you've got your limes, you've got your nice smellies, you've got, so much that is just beautiful.
I did hand sew somebody a peg bag that had a portrait of herself and her new baby sewn onto the front of the peg bag because she loved to do laundry so much. And there is something. Yeah, back when I had time. Yes.
Oh, you're so talented. That is just what a beautiful gift to give. I love it.
Lenny Topham says, this is my kind of geekery. Now, Lydia, when we were talking about folded sheets, said, "This is the sheet that no one knows how to fold." But what is your flex, Jenny?
Okay,
It says
so
it on
my
your
greatest
name.
flex is that I know how to fold a fitted sheet so that it lies completely flat in the drawer. And when I learned that, in fact, it might have been the only thing I learned during maternity leave. Literally the only thing that I managed to achieve during apart from, looking after my children.
Producing child and
apart from
keeping
that,
said child alive, yeah.
all of that, the survival of me and children. But apart from that, learning how to fold a fitted sheet, and it is one of the most pleasing things I do now, because there is something wonderful about having a task to do, which you start and then you do it in like nice ways, and you've got and there's a system to follow, and then you get to the end of it, and then you fold it away in this particular way that I learned, and it looks beautiful, and then you put it in the drawer and you close the drawer and it's done. I don't know, there is no other part of my life where the task is as completed to perfection in that way. Yeah, right, just done, and you can tick it off, and it's all very, very satisfying. So the way that, if you want to know,
yes,
you want to
we
know,
do. And
the way that I
actually
do
want
it,
to see you do a video that you post in Discord.
Why haven't I got a fitted sheet here? I did not think that through. You've got to imagine the fitted sheet, but I will.
So imagine Jenny's holding a fitted sheet. She's doing this with her hands.
Okay, for the podcast listeners, you turn it inside out, long side across the top, so your hands are inside the two top pockets, long side there. Does that make sense? Seams facing outwards. You take this hand and you place it on top of this hand, like that. I'm gonna have to make a video. It's no good doing it. It's like trying to juggle.
There are at least 3 people on the edge of their seat waiting for the moment where you tell us the magic, and you've just whisked it away.
I know, I'm sorry. Well then you get the other corners and tuck them in. It's no good.
Yeah,
and then
you're going to have to do a video.
You
promise us that by next week you will do a video. We won't necessarily show it on the live Faith and Geekery, but it will be in Discord. If you needed
it will be
a carrot to lure you into the Discord community, please do come.
This is it. Absolutely.
When I meet you on Friday, I will film you. There we go. How about that?
Yes.
Oh, look at this Faith and Geekery community 100%. In action. Amazing.
Team effort. And I'll have a clean, nicely smelling sheet as well. I'll make sure it's a fresh, beautiful one.
I'll be sniffing it. I'll be sniffing it.
Yes.
See, I quite like folding my duvet covers into a pillowcase. That's quite satisfying. That's been my only real laundry hack, other than get it out the tumble dryer before it's gone
while it's
cold.
Still warm.
Yeah,
that's one of those sort your life out hacks that I appreciate. The Pro Stacey Solomon program. It's not Stacey Solomon, is it? Who is it?
Stacey Solomon.
Yeah. Good. Yes. And that is what they say. They say fold it while it's still warm, and then put it with the pillowcases, so you've got one complete set. And I like that.
Inside the pillowcase, and then it's neat. Yeah.
And then it looks like a pillowcase, but it's actually got the whole set in there. I really like that. Yeah. And there is
Lindsay, go on, Jen.
I was just going to say, there is something that is distinctive in this about making the things that we have to do every day pleasing to us. There's something that, and when we talk about mundaneness and geekiness, that's really what we mean, right? The idea of stuff that could have a bit of a millstone around our neck feel, and like it definitely does to me sometimes, especially when the washing becomes a mountain rather than something neatly kind of ordered and is there judging me because I've not done it. But instead of it being a millstone, making it into something that is pleasing, there's something quite beautiful about that, I think.
Lindsay, has it always been a joy? Have you had to learn to love it?
No, helped mum out when I was younger. I loved going in, hanging the wall out. When I've had my own family, I think it's probably the real passion started when I did the first set of clothing for my firstborn. And in fact, actually, I remember I put it all on the line and stood in the window and gazed at it for probably most of the day. That was the first one. And then with my second child, I put it out, went out for a little while. I came back. The person at the back of the garden had a fire, and I was brought to tears because of the fire. My babies, heavily pregnant, and there was that washing that I had to, but I had to do it again, and it was all fine in the end. And I think it just come from there, though. Then, and obviously having now 3 children and a husband, some of those washes are just like the colours that we can have in them as well. Black and white's one of my favourites, but if I do sort of 2 colour washes, I spend the time going like was it Tom? I will create a rainbow on that line, and there's just something quite magical about it. And standing in the garden or standing in my kitchen and looking out, you've just sort of in washing land, I suppose.
Do you know what it reminds me of? That it's in I feel like it's in the Bible really regularly, that sense of whoever's got the eyes to see it, or whoever's got the ears to hear it. And there's this sense that some people aren't going to have the eyes to see or the ears to hear. And I think it reminds me of that. It reminds me of this everyday thing can be just every day in a pain, and let's just get through it. Or if you've got the eyes to see it, it can be this really wonderful, affirming, cathartic, right? This is a really cathartic thing that we can engage in, grounding, blessing. Like it can be this thing that is this blessing to our bodies and our families and our routines.
Definitely. And I think that's it, really. There's so many things as a parent that you have to do that aren't always so pleasant, but actually providing my family with clean, fresh laundry is just that the side to it as well. It's nice to do, but also knowing that when they're off and about away from you, they're wearing freshly nice smelling clothes too.
Which is something that the laundry companies know, right? I remember that it was a long time ago, I think, this advert, but it stuck with me. It was somebody going off to university for the first time, and it's like, it's a lot of emotions, and they're building up to going away, and their mum and dad are packing up all their things, and their mum washes this jumper, their favorite jumper, puts it in for them. They get to uni, they're all a bit uncertain, they put the jumper on and they smell it, and it reminds them of home, and they're all okay, they feel strong again. But that's what we're talking about, isn't it? It's that what physical link can we give to our families that reminds them that we love them and care for them, and that this act of service is not something that we resent, but something that we treasure. Like it's true. It's true. The reason why that advert works is because it's true.
Yeah, I had a similar thing when I went away on a residential with a school that I was working for, and the way my eldest, she struggles with me going away, got through it was by wearing I think it was my dressing thing, and I don't necessarily think it was my scent on it. I think it was the fact it was soft and fluffy and had been freshly washed, and she sort of slept with that, and it helped to get
it was
point there.
I love it. And smells they are so evocative for us. They're very evocative for us. They bring back memories, in a way that is more powerful maybe than other senses. It can take us straight back to a moment or to a person that our memories might have faded.
And there's something about the kind of redemptive journey of taking the tangled mess of dirty laundry and ordering it into something that is transformed and clean and lovely again. And it's a story of hope that we tell ourselves, that it's possible to take something that is messy and chaotic and make it lovely and welcoming, and a sign of love for the people that we've done it for. And I definitely feel loved when I'm bought clean laundry.
Yes,
I've been
absolutely
loved many times.
Absolutely. And it's not necessarily like the mess is extraordinary mess. More often than not, we're clean, except maybe football uniform, especially after the weekend where you were like rained on massively. But generally speaking, it's just everyday sort of dirt, isn't it? It's not like it's it's a crazy amount. It's just that regular dirt that we can put clean and put right. And
I think in the summer we went on holiday into lodge with my mum and dad, and we booked the lodge when I realised there was a washing machine there, and it was also there was two things that came out of it. One was that I was able to do my mum and dad's washing. They live in an apartment that has a communal washing room, so to get back and then have a week's worth of washing is a bit of a headache for them. So I was able to do it each day, and then I did 2 loads for them, put it in black bags, and on the way, and when they got home, it was just had to be put out. But also there was a spilt I think it was a ketchup again, actually, down one of like a white top, and he's you're never going to get that out. And I'm like, give it to me, I will get that out. And it was
challenge accepted.
To soak it. Absolutely. So and the pride, I didn't take a before and after picture, but I should have. But the pride after I've sort of, as it dries, sort of showing everybody, look, yeah.
I love that so much, especially like red on white. Love it.
Definitely. We used to have wash day Wednesdays purely because it was alliterative and we could do it, and we aren't actually Victorian, but we'd do it in residential care with people living with dementia. And I'd set this up knowing that we could, kind of trigger some memories by doing the laundry, because they would tell me about doing it with their grandmothers, because there was that rhythm and that pattern in their day and their week of doing laundry. And so it was an extension of the doll therapy that we did, where they would look after dolls as actual babies and then do the laundry for them, because that was an act of care. What I wasn't expecting was the act of doing the laundry with the soap and your hands in the bowl, that they started singing, and they were wash day songs that they would have sung with their grandmothers. And women who weren't using their hands very much at all, having the muscle memory of being able to do the peg and hang that up and wring it out, and there's something in the memories that are not just, it's not just a task that you're doing, it's about where you're placing yourself and how you're giving. And I think we can lose that when our lives become so taken over by employed work or by the other jobs in the world, that the little things that modern conveniences have freed us from, that gave us a sense of rhythm and the seasons and all the rest of it, kind of go by the wayside. So this is a great chat. This is making me think about all sorts of things.
It's awesome, because it is a bit baby and bathwater, isn't it? I'm thinking about the development of modern day feminism coming from the 1950s, 60s, which was the advent of home conveniences. It's when women, exclusively women really, were suddenly given, and it was a mark of social standing, right, to have an icebox, to have a washing machine, to have, because all of a sudden you went from having a day that had to be taken up with social and economic care, as in home economic care, to having freedom to not have to do that, because it was given to the machines to do, which then gave rise to women being able to take up more space in the workforce, which in terms of feminism, brilliant, great. We want equality. It's really important for us to have equality, especially in
so glad you said that, Jenny, because I didn't know where we were going just for a moment.
Women get back into the
problem
kitchen.
With modern day feminism. Women are no longer doing the laundry.
These women upstarts today, though clearly, as a very ardent feminist, I'm saying we need more representation of women and women of colour and women of diversity in politics and economics and in industry and in the top boardrooms and women. But however, a baby and bathwater, because women also have traditionally been the ones who created community, who were the ones who called together through song, through everyday stuff, mundane stuff, brought together and cared for and brought the children into the center of community. And I think as a modern day woman who very, very much appreciates her washing machine, I don't want to start washing clothes by hand again, but I want to stand around singing with other women and men too, and everybody all between, all folk in between too. But yeah, I like, how do we find that if it's not gathered around the washing bowl anymore? Where is it? Where do we find it?
And when you don't have that time to linger, I think, the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And you see these very beautiful women down by the river, scrubbing away their sheets, singing in beautiful harmony, that those lingering long pauses of the day where you're not trying to cram all of your domestic stuff into a very small window at the weekend, around which you're also then trying to do the things that you no longer have time to do otherwise.
They were sirens, weren't they? They were actually there to tempt and lure the adventurers, which I think that's an important role for us to re-inhabit. But there is something here, that Lindsay is doing that. You're doing that. You're taking the time. You're pausing the everyday stuff of stress and work and the outside world, and you're saying this deserves time and space and beauty and effort and reflection and mindfulness. And so I just wonder what it would look like for us to do that as community as well. But maybe it's this, maybe it's these sorts of spaces where we get to say to each other, it's that text message, isn't it, where we say, I've just seen these pegs, they're beautiful, I bought them for you. Or it's the spaces where we get to celebrate it with each other.
I love it.
Lovely. And I think sometimes, like friends now also say, send me a picture. I've just done 2 loads of washing. I haven't put it on the air. I've put it out, and it's like, yes, brilliant. And then I also found a Facebook group as well. Very recently, filled me with great joy. I stumbled across it where everyone's on there, and I've got different pictures of people putting on hangers, and if they hadn't got a garden, they were putting them on a piece of wire across the window. Lots of lovely ways of doing it, and it fills me with great joy. Sort of switch Facebook on and have a little look at other people's joy through washing.
And this is the Faith and Geekery, isn't it? Is actually we get this in the Geeky Gallery. This is going to be a brilliant segue. You're going to be so impressed. But we get it when we share it, when we say, here is the thing that is giving me all the good vibrations, the dopamine hit, and the ability to be mindful in a busy, scary world. Here it is. Let me excite. I get so excited. So Lydia updated us before about Highland cows doing grazing differently than dairy cows, and they're calmer and like mud, which is great for ground nesting birds and rewilding. So there's difference in what cows are looked after and what cows we raise, and how they then regenerate the land and rewild it. But I'm only passionate about that because Lydia is passionate about that. I'm now passionate about laundry because I'm now thinking, well, where the heck are my pegs? And have I even put up a laundry line? I haven't. I've not got a washing line in the garden, but I kind of miss it, mainly because when I put laundry out, actually, I'm secretly planning what den am I going to make using this washing line, and getting completely distracted by why I have a washing line. Okay, but speaking of, see where this is going. Speaking of sharing our images together, let us take a look at the long neglected Geeky Gallery. Jen, you have posted these pictures, so I'm kind of hoping that you remember something of what people said about them. I mean,
so this is over 2 months, 3 months, really. It's end of July.
That is, I have to say,
August and September.
Worst picture of the Faith and Geekery core team.
This is our core team. I don't think anybody, apart from maybe nobody's come out. I was going to say Mark's, he stood up. Nobody. I don't think anybody's come out well.
Good in that
Tim
picture.
Looks happy.
Anyway, we are at Greenbelt in the Hope and Anchor. Tim and I did talk about it, but here is a picture of us at Greenbelt this year, talking about the dinosaurs. Here is the very gorgeous Lydia.
Lydia,
we may be praying.
She's working. She's at work, and she's wearing her very beautiful poppy dress, and it is
we love the Lydia
absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous. Also, I thought of Lydia the other day because I was driving down the M6 and the cows were crossing over the top of the M6, and I couldn't take a photo. It was just me in the car, but I was like, look, they're crossing the road. It's so cute. And I thought of Lydia.
Why did the cows
this one? Why were the cows crossing? I think they looked happy. I think they were off to get milked. The top corner one is from Andy, and I think it is a physical thing. I don't know. It looks like a picture, but it's not. And then there's some canal boats, and that was from.
It says Mendip Nomad.
Yes, there you go. It's from Mendip. Brilliant. Yes.
There you go.
And
the clue was in the name.
That was from a day out that they had. There's a lot. So these very beautiful flowers were from somebody's very beautiful wedding.
My beautiful wedding. And if you look very closely, there are flowers that have been made out of hymns and psalms tucked in amongst the other real flowers. And other than having words on them, the skill meant that you couldn't tell.
So massively skillful. My flower was obviously the best flower in the arrangement.
You made all of the butterflies that were everywhere.
I did. And thank goodness, because the flowers were terrible that I made. Andy has made the train, which I think is a Japanese underground train, but it's very cool. And the little dog model is actually a model of somebody's dog who is adorable, and this is them in a 3D model form that was made on a 3D printer. This is me meeting Pedro Pascal. He didn't take his helmet off, so there's absolutely no way,
no doubt at all. Yeah,
but actually Pedro. We had a core team meeting, and that was a lot of fun. And this is Tim and Shelby, and Tim is pretending to be a vicar.
That's just confusing. Okay. Yep. Who shared ProCook?
Yes, I can't remember. I'm very sorry, but it was very awesomely geeky.
Wait, it was Mendip Nomad on a different kind of geekiness. I used to have some leaving gift money to purchase a portable coffee grinder with adjustable coarseness with burr grinding and an electric pour over kettle. You can set the heat to a specific temperature and hold it at that temp for up to 30 minutes.
Very cool. And then Tim shared the picture of him and Shelby celebrating their wedding anniversary. I don't know if Shelby's
the most haunted hotel or castle somewhere in Scotland, didn't they?
Scotland. And yes, I don't know how happy they'd be with
Mendip
that picture.
Nomad's Lego in situ? I'm sorry if it isn't.
Somebody's Lego in situ.
Someone's Lego in situ,
awesome.
I suspect Tom's.
Somebody else's Lego either half built or on its way to be built, and somebody's very beautiful cat again.
Drogo Nivette, my first Lego Formula One cars. How many set stickers are in that set? That sounds like a quiz question. If anyone asked me,
does sound like a quiz question.
How many? How many
adorable cat?
Someone going to a car wash?
Yes, there was a whole section of cleaning cars and various things, which was fun. And then there was a bit of a section on when we have to give up our geekery and the act of saying goodbye and grieving. And that was Lydia's cornet that she was needing to give up. But then that sense of re-giving that gift of geekiness to somebody else, and that being wonderful. Then there was quite a lot of 3D printing from various people.
Yeah. Sorry, that's Mark 3D printing, because we are getting ready for Comic-Con in November.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes, we are. More news to follow. This is the geekiness of whiskey tasting, which I'm always up for. And then a very beautiful cow that we saw being made in stages. And this is the completed project by Lydia. So that was beautiful.
Very gorgeous. These are lovely.
This is the geeky art. Is that a hedgehog?
The Geeky Gallery.
The Geekery Gallery is potentially too existential for me at almost 9 o'clock.
By Rick Stott, who was at conference a few years ago. He bought them at the time, but hadn't managed to frame them and hang them until now. Can we just have a pause for the beautiful picture hanging hooks over the picture rail? I love that very much.
But using a picture rail as a picture rail, that is brilliant.
Who'd have thought that? Well, I would have thought that.
Well, and I think the background blue is perfect for them. It's beautiful. Well done.
It is absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
For it.
No idea.
Then there was a lot about desks. There was a lot about desks, stuff to do with what we have in desks, and then stuff to do with what we have in our pockets. There were no bags mentioned at this point, but maybe we could have a sub-thread about the things.
I feel we need more
bags.
Threads on the board.
Yes,
that's what is missing, because now I'm wanting a laundry thread.
Yes, and things in our bags thread. So we sometimes have bags, but we don't necessarily have and what's in them. And I think that would be enlightening and geeky.
Absolutely. More threads are coming on the Geeky Gallery so that pictures can be kept in a nice, neat, orderly manner. I think that is what is missing.
In a rainbow order, that would be amazing. This was part of the This Is What's on My Desk series, but this was also about things to do with Warhammer that were awesome. I think this might be the Eisenhorn Omnibus, is all of the stories together of Eisenhorn, and then other things to do with Warhammer, which look fantastic and lots of fun.
A provisionally prepared Warhammer commemorative Warhammer 40k.
There you go. And this is more desk space and crafty
definitely
space.
Mend it.
And it is so beautiful, it's like so satisfying to see.
I largely do craft so that I can put things away in nice
storage.
Storage. Oh, so good. I think we need a storage. I don't know how often people can tolerate a mundane. And that, my friends, is the end of Geeky Gallery. And if we stop immediately talking, I win the bet that we will finish at 9:02. But Jenny's going to actually say goodbye to you.
It has been so lovely to think about the mundane geekiness with you all today, and a big thank you especially to Lindsay joining us as guest. So as we think about what our days have in it tomorrow, when we think about the routine and the narrative that we're creating each day, thinking about taking that space, that pause, that passion moment where we just slow down and mindfully connect with the thing that we have in our hands in that moment, the task at hand, because how can that task be a blessing to us or our families or our friends or our communities? How can it connect it to others? Just an amazing challenge for me to be taken away. And I hope that this has been something for you to be taking away and being challenged and blessed by too. Been awesome to see you. See you next time. Next time is our D&D session. It is our D&D session that we are starting very soon. Coming up again very soon. No, there's something that Mark told me to say. No, come on now, Becca. We remember twice a month we're going to be having our D&D session. Once in the regular slot on a second Tuesday, but we're going to surprise you with a second drop.
So keep your eyes out.
That's coming up next month. Look out for that one. More info
Until
soon.
then, geek safely. Bye. We love you. Bye.